there was a massive bombshell dropped last tribal, and I didn't expect it. So I'm happy I'm still here, and well, I think the four of us, being me, Tina, Madison, and Ashley, have an easy vote on Ben if we don't merge. But I do think the merge is coming up. That was sure something. Yeah, I mean, I guess we've got 4 people here. If we're not to merge, then we take up Ben again, I guess. I mean, there's no way you can look for the idol again and find it. We'll make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, if we don't merge, it should be an easy vote. I assume that the merge is coming up, but if it isn't, me, Tina, Ethan, and Madison have an easy vote on Ben. So, yeah, everything seems pretty good for us right now, but we just need to make sure that Ben doesn't find that idol, because if he does, we're in a bad place. Looks like I'm on my own again. I made a very big move last tribal, so I know I'm going to have my name thrown out there. And if we are to merge, it's going to be even worse, because there's nothing stopping that side from taking me out. And I'm worried because, well, I have no idol, and I have no real numbers, no real allies. I mean, I can't really rely on Roger. I mean, if we do merge and I'm there, I need to ask him, see if he wants to work with me, because I did just take Roger's closest ally out. So that's going to be a bit difficult, but I had to make the move. There was no other alternative. So hopefully we merge, and hopefully I get, dealt a good hand for once in this game. Welcome. First things first, Beauty Tribe getting your first look at the new Brawn Tribe. Tom voted out at last night's Tribal Council. Okay, drop your buffs. We are merging. I'm thrilled to have made the merge, but I'm very angry and upset that Tom isn't going to be partaking in. And that's disappointing, because me and Tom had a good connection going along before the tribe swap. And I'd like some answers, especially from Ben. I don't trust Ben, and in all honesty, I'm pretty sure Ben, just going off what I've seen in the game so far when we were on the same tribe, I'm pretty sure Ben wanted him out. So I want to see where these things are going, because I want an explanation. You guys will be known as the El Palmeo tribe. You will be represented in the color black. Here is a map to your new tribe. Head on out. Well guys, new tribe, what should we do? Well, I don't know if we need to do introductions, but what do you guys think? Yeah, I think we just get straight to building the shelter. So, coming into the merge, I feel very comfortable, really. I mean, it's a little bit nervous because it kind of feels like a bottleneck, because now everyone's equal, essentially. However, I don't see it that way. I've got 4 people, including me, who are willing to work together. It's me, Ethan, Madison, and Peter, and I've got an idol, and we're willing to share it among each other. So, I've got a good chance to win this game, I feel. It's just, how do I get to the end is really the biggest, how do I fit those puzzle pieces together is really the biggest problem for me at the moment. Alright guys, we're at the merge now, so we need to stick together, because this is the time where you take out strategic and physical threats. Yeah, do you still have the idol? Yes. Alright, so we should be fine as a 4 with that idol, really, so it's good feeling. As a group, we've come a long way, because from the start we were the weakest tribe, and now we've come here and we're still a group of 4 willing to make some, well, big moves hopefully. Now that we're at the merge, it's essential that the 4 of us stick together, and I agree with Callie on this one. And we've got an idol, so yeah, me, Callie, Peter, and Ethan are sitting a bit pretty. Now I do need to be wary of one of them becoming a bit too powerful, because we have an idol, and if we make it deeper into the game, someone's going to get mad with power, I feel like. So I need to keep my eyes open still. This is the same game, although now there is 11 players on the island. Look, dude, I know we're not on the same page, and we haven't been, well, since the Sophie vote, and that was at the very beginning of this game. But what happened to Tom? Look, okay, I found the idol, and they were all voting for me, so I played it and I took him out. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I guess I could ask why. Because he threw my name under the bus, and he threw me under the bus. I needed to take him out because, yes, he was my biggest competition. However, regardless, we're at the merge stage now, and we have our differences here, Roger, but I feel like we need to work together, because nothing's stopping those 9 who aren't here working together and taking the 2 of us out. I mean, there's a low chance it happens, but there is also a high chance it does, as it's 2 easy votes to get through. Okay, I guess that makes sense. What do you have in mind? We either work with beauty or brain. Preferably, for me, brain, because the beauty are a 5 and the brain are a 4. And I have a feeling that, you know, the 5 will be much more, well, frick. So, me and Ben need to work together here because, well, obviously it's not looking pretty for us. Because, well, it could be 2v9, and I don't like the sound of that. I'm obviously a little annoyed that, well, Ben took Tom out, but his reasoning makes sense. He really didn't have another option, so I'm completely fine with him doing that. Now I need to really think about this because, well, we have to work with the brain. I think overall the brain people are the better people to work with. However, me and Ben aren't in the most comfortable position, so we've got a lot of work to do. Hey, you 4. Hey, Ashley, what do you want? Well, I just have a feeling we should keep things simple and just take those 2 out. I think that should happen. Yeah, I'm down for that. I guess that makes sense. My strategy on paper is very boring, however, it's the most rational decision, I think. Because Ben and Roger, if we take those 2 out back to back, then the brain 4 are outnumbered by my alliance, well, the beauty 5. And it should make us easily cruise to the final 5. Now, Survivor is never that simple, so obviously I've got to keep my eyes open. However, it just seems the most rational for me. Look guys, I don't know about you, but I don't want to do that. I want a bit of spice in this game, and I don't think a 9-person alliance it's just a bit boring. Yeah, I agree, to be honest. I mean, like, and if we take Ben and Roger out back to back, who's to say that no one needs to say, because we won't have the numbers, will we? It's 5v4 that way. It makes sense to consider our options, but I'm not entirely against getting one of those brawn players out, like, now, if that makes sense, because, well, Roger and Ben, you know, they could be big threats. However, yeah, I do more agree with Peter. I just want some spice in this game. You know, mix things up. A 9-person alliance is just a bit meh, if you ask me. It's a bit boring. And how am I going to spice this game up a bit? I mean, I really don't know. I know from Kelly that Nick kind of wants to take Abby and Ashley out. And so I could split that 5 up by telling Abby and Ashley that Nick doesn't 100% trust you, which would open a bombshell. And then everyone's split, and then we can decide from there, really. We can keep our eyes open for a better move, because I think taking Ben and Roger out is boring, and then that puts the brain 4 that I'm in a really, really bad position. You guys, I don't know about you, but I just don't trust Ashley and Abby. I mean, I can understand working with them, I just don't trust them. I think they're controlling things too much. I think, yeah, I do understand what you mean, but I feel like working with those 2, and I feel like we need to, because I think it paves the easiest way for us to the final 3, if you ask me. Yeah, I don't know if we should go against that tribe alliance right now. I think it's a bit early. I think we need to try and take out Roger and Ben first and then see what happens, because after that we can really work with the brain 4. But, you know, I just think we see what happens, if you ask me. I want to make a move on Abby and Ashley. However, my allies don't feel like it's the time. Well, I agree it's a bit early to decide. I need them to agree with me that the time is nigh for those 2. And my allies, and Damien and Tina, don't really agree with me. So I guess if at the next tribal council, I guess I got to go with my allies and take out either Ben or Roger, because at the moment that just seems like the smartest move. I don't know about you, girl, but I'm a little bit worried about Nick. Yeah, I mean, I understand it would be a big move to take out Ashley and Abby. However, like you said, I think it paves the easiest way to the final 3 for us if we are to work with those 2. I mean, yeah, that makes sense to me. I think we've got to keep our eyes on him. I want to work with him. However, if he's going to be this intent on trying to take out one of our 2 allies, I don't know if we can work with him long term. So I get Nick's reasoning behind wanting to target Ashley and Abby. Now he hasn't come to conclusion that this must happen. He just kind of painted the idea. Now that's fine, but I have a feeling that Nick could separate himself from us, and I don't want that to happen because he's a good guy, and he's a physical threat. And if he adds that strategic element to his game, he could be quite a big competition to potentially me. And then I will need to take him out, which I don't want to do. Now, I'm not 100% fan of Ashley and Abby. I mean, I like them. They're willing to work with me. I'm willing to work with them. I don't trust them is what I mean, like Nick. However, I do understand the strategic, reasonings behind keeping them, because overall, they could be a big beneficial part of me making it to the final three or not. And I just think taking out Roger and Ben, although it is kind of boring, it could serve as a potentially, the best move for the five of us as an original beauty tribe going forward. Are you ready to get to your first individual immunity challenge? Yeah! For today's challenge, you're going to balance on the narrow platform for as long as possible. If you fall, you're out of the challenge. Last person standing will win immunity safe from the boat. Losers, tribal council, where somebody will be the 8th person voted out of this game and become the first member of our jury. Alright, we'll draw for spots and then we'll get started. Okay, everyone is in position and this challenge is on. Survivor is well known for its balancing challenges, especially in the merge stage. This could be an important challenge in the context of this game. It's been 5 minutes and everyone is still holding on strongly. Everyone seems to be doing very well, but it can all change in an instant. And Tina is the first person out of this challenge. Just like I said, anything can change. You guys have been going for 10 minutes, keep it up. Ooh! And Abby couldn't hold on for much longer. She's out of this challenge now. We're down to 9. You guys have been going for 15 minutes. Keep it up. You guys have been going for 20 minutes. Don't stop now. Ashley can't hold on much longer. Neither can Peter. We are down to 7. They are Damien, Nick, Ethan, Madison, Roger, Ben, and Kelly fighting it out for immunity. And after 30 minutes, Madison couldn't last much longer. We are down to 6. This is what Survivor does. This challenge could be important. You have no idea that you need this necklace until you need it. There is no better feeling in the world than to walk into Tribal Council with this necklace around your neck. It means you are not going home. You've been up here for 45 minutes. Keep going. Ethan falls just short of an hour. We are down to 5. It is Damien, Nick, Roger, Ben, and Kelly still fighting it out for immunity. Survivor has always been a game of thin margins. Keep it up. You have no idea what's going to go on tonight at Tribal Council, but you know that you want this necklace around your neck. And unfortunately, Damien will not be winning immunity either. It's down to Nick, Roger, Ben, and Kelly fighting it out. You've been going for 1 hour and 20 minutes. You 4 have been going for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Keep it up. Ooh, Roger can't last much longer. He's out of this challenge now. We are down to Nick, Ben, and Kelly fighting it out for immunity. It's somehow fitting that in the first challenge we have a beauty, a brain, and a brawn still lasting. Let's see how it will go. You guys have been going for 2 hours. Keep it up. Nick can't balance much longer. He's out of this challenge after 2 hours and 10 minutes. We're down to Ben versus Kelly. Good old fashioned brain versus brawn battle for the first immunity challenge. This could get intense. You guys have been going for 2 hours and a half. You guys have been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Keep it up. It's been 3 hours since you guys kicked off. Congratulations. And after 3 epic hours, Kelly wins immunity and is safe from the vote. Congratulations. Congratulations, Kelly, on winning immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 10. As for the rest of you guys, Tribal Council tonight where somebody will be the 8th person voted out of this game and the first member of the jury. It will not be you. Grab your stuff and back to camp. I'll see you guys tonight. Well, I am kind of surprised about this. I didn't expect to win the first challenge, but once I saw people like Ethan and Damien fall, I knew I had a good chance. This is a great feeling. It just kind of adds to the resume, you know? I mean, I have that kind of idle bluff I did in the third round, taking out Phil, and now I've got this immunity win, so I'm in a good position. However, tonight, I think me, Peter, Ethan, and Madison kind of want to make something happen outside that 9-person alliance, and how we're going to go about that, I have no idea. So, yeah, I'm a little annoyed that I lost that challenge, as I feel like I am the strongest person here. However, I feel a loss affects Ben a hell of a lot more than it affects me, so I'm not overly very worried. But, you know, I still need some lab work to do. I mean, I think Ben is obviously the target for the 9-person alliance that I think's moving forward. And although I don't trust Abby and Ashley, and I would like to take them out, I think moving forward, the best thing for me is to work, well, to not really piss off my alliance members. So I'm going to vote for Ben tonight. So if the 9 of us are going to work together, what's the plan? Overall, I think Ben's the better choice because I think Roger has a less chance of beating someone like me, or you, Callie, or Damien in the next challenge. Yeah, I understand that reasoning, but Roger is more, well, I feel social almost. I mean, we don't have like a merge to back that up, but who here has anything against Roger? It's kind of the point I was trying to make. Overall, I do think, though, Ben is the bigger threat, and I think we need to take him out. Alright, I guess we're all in agreement on Ben. I'm leaning more towards wanting to take out Roger, but in the end of it, it doesn't really matter. I don't see Roger winning the next challenge, so he's probably going to go home next after Ben. Nothing really special going on tonight, although, like everyone really says, there's never an easy vote. However, I think that's a stupid thing, really, because think about it. The AJ boot was a very easy elimination. We all unanimously voted them out, so I don't see anything that could mess this tribal up. So are we still going to try and flip the brain people onto our side? Yeah, it makes sense. Who have you had your mind on? Who do you want to target? Well, okay, we could target Nick. I think everyone can agree on Nick is probably the biggest physical threat overall. However, I think that's just a bit lame. I kind of get your reasoning. Who do you want to target instead? In my opinion, Damien. I don't trust Damien. I get really odd vibes from him. What about you? Yeah, he kind of controlled the Amanda boot. So I think if we address a strategic move to them, I mean, both sides have more like strategic moves overall, but if we give them a target being a strategic player, I think the brain fall will be more likely to flip. Yeah, I agree. So if we tell them that we're voting for Damien, then they might want to flip. So for me and Ben, we need to flip the 4 brain people onto our side. And we want to take out Damien because of, well, he just seems a bit sketchy. I know how much of a threat he is physically because I've been on the tribe with him. And he also took out Amanda. He was, I think, the sole reason why she went home. I'm not sure. So I want to take him out, and I think Ben agrees with me because he finds him sketchy as well. I mean, if you really want to know, he just gives off odd vibes, you know, just like this guy can't be trusted. So we'll just have to see where it goes. But if everything goes well, I think Damien's going to be going home tonight. Hey, you two. Oh, hey, Peter, what do you want? I've got some news to tell you, and I think you might find this interesting. What about it? Do you remember the Amanda boot? Yeah? Well, during that process, Nick, you know, was a bit sketchy of us. He didn't think we were going to work with him. And so we said, well, if you're not going to work with us, vote out, like, Abby over Damien. Now, I think you can kind of, like, get behind that because obviously at that stage, I'm pretty sure he was close with Damien. You understand that? Where are you going with this? Well, he introduced me with another idea, and this was at the same time. He said, I don't trust Abby one bit. I think Abby and Ashley are too close, and if I had a chance to take them out, I would. And I think that's a bit hard, cold if you ask me. Oh, interesting. I don't trust him now. Wow, that's a bit quick, but yeah, neither do I. I mean, if he's really this gung-ho and trying to take us out at some point, well, we need to kind of return the favor and quickly. So I guess, what do you feel about changing the vote to Nick and getting you free to do that? Yeah, that makes sense to me. So the 6 of us take out Nick. Yeah, that makes sense to me. He doesn't trust us. I don't trust him. So Yeah, I think that was the correct thing to do because well, I want to implement tonight's tribal, make it a bit spicy, make it a bit interesting, you know. And I just think 9 people on Ben, boring. I don't like that. So if I drop the bombshell telling them that Nick doesn't trust those two, then they're gonna want to target him. Now that gives us options. We can either vote for Ben with Nick, Tina, and Damien, or vote whoever Ben and Roger are doing. They haven't asked me, but I presume they're going to ask someone soon. Or we can go with Abby and Ashley and take out Nick. It's a very, very good idea because it gives us 3 targets and the brain 4 are in the middle, and that's great. Peter dropping that absolute bombshell, it completely changes the dynamic I felt in this game. I felt like I could trust Nick, but not anymore. So I want him gone tonight. And if the 6 of us, being me, Ashley, and the 4 brain people, are gonna vote Nick, I'm fine with doing that. So yeah, tonight, it's more of a personal vote more than strategic. Oh hey you two, what do you want? Oh yeah, hey Peter, we wanted to talk to you because you're part of that brain 4, aren't you? Yeah. Well, obviously we're not in the best position because I think that the beauty 5 want us out. Oh, they're actually split now. Like, well, Ashley and Abby are voting for Nick, and the other 3 are voting for you, Ben. Oh, so we want to vote for Damien, and I was wondering if the 4 of you would like to do that with us. Oh, yeah, no, we'd consider it. Yeah, absolutely. So, the reveal that Nick, Tina, and Damien want me out is obviously a little bit worrying, but the fact that everything's split and it comes down to what the brain 4 are doing made me a little bit more confident, but not fully confident. I mean, it's a bit worrying that those 4 will have complete power overall, but it doesn't really affect me. I mean, if I don't go home tonight, I'm fine. If I do go home tonight, then I'm kind of regretting everything I did, but what am I meant to do here? Alright guys, we've got complete power. What do you mean? Well, I may have told Abby and Ashley about what Nick told you when at the Amanda boot. You remember that conversation? Yeah, so you told them that Nick didn't trust those 2. Yeah, I did. And that split them. So Nick, Tina, and Damien are voting for Ben. Abby and Ashley are voting for Nick. And Ben and Roger are voting for Damien. So we can side with any of those 3 parties. And, well, boom, there we go. Well, I mean, we talked about how voting for Ben would have been like a pretty mediocre move, but since everyone's split, it kind of reinforces that idea. I mean, I don't trust Ben. He played an idol. He played a what? No one told you guys? No, that changed things. Well, overall, like, Damien though, big kind of physical threat, but strategic as well. That could be an option. And then Nick, well, probably the biggest physical threat here if you ask me. Guys, why don't we just do our own thing? What do you mean? Well, look at it. It's 3-2-2, and all 3 sides are wanting us, but we're a 4. We have a majority by ourselves. So we can, what are you saying? Well, we can vote for either Ashley, Abby, or Tina, and one of them go home. 4-3-3-2. Interesting. So we've got 4 options now. My alliance, otherwise known as the Brain 4, have complete control tonight. 4 options is a historic, I'm pretty sure never seen before thing in Survivor. I mean, you had, the 4 options in Season 3's Merged Tribal Council, but, I mean, there were 2 votes casted for 1 person. I mean, I guess, so, but this is historic because there are literally 4 targets. In fact, there's more than 4 targets, there's like 6. So this is going to be crazy, but I'm fine because I've got the necklace, and I know my allies are going to be here tomorrow because, well, we have power tonight. We have complete power, which is great. Not going to lie, Kelly, I really like the idea of doing our own thing, but wouldn't it put a big target on our backs? Yeah, but if you're not doing, enough, you're not going to have a target on your back, and if you don't have a target on your back, you're not going to win this game. I think obviously, it's just a suggestion at this point, but it gives us a 4th option, and I think it's a pretty good option. I mean, we're going to have a target on our back regardless, because we're controlling the vote anyway. True. Point. So, Kelly has brought up a suggestion that we could do our own thing. Yeah, that makes sense. It is Out of all the moves that we could make tonight, out of the 4 options we have, that will put the biggest target on our back. And it's only the first elimination of the merge. So the likelihood of that happening is about 25%. I mean, it's 25% chance anywhere we go because, well, it's just, they're all suggestions, but we're in a good position right now and I love my position. Personally, I would want to take out Damien because I think he is the biggest threat overall out of the options we've got, but I wouldn't mind taking out either Tina, Abby or Ashley because it lets us do our own thing and completely control the vote. Welcome, Alpa Mayo Tribe, to your first merge tribal council. Kelly, you won the first immunity challenge of the season. How do you feel? Well, great, Jeff, obviously. I mean, it might put a physical threat on my back, but like it was more belief more than strength. So if that puts a target on my back, I think that's a stupid reason. So, Roger, it's the merge now. Has that heated things up? Obviously, Jeff. I mean, 11 people is one more than you would usually see in a normal season. It's an unusual number, it's a big number. There's nowhere really to hide. So yeah, that obviously heats things up, and yeah, it's gonna be a heck of a ride. So, Ethan, Roger said that things are gonna get heated. So are we expecting a blindside tonight? Probably, Jeff. From what I've heard, there are a lot of names out there, so I'm just excited to see what happens. So Abby, how are things, well, sitting right now? I think things have split. There has been a lot of news coming out that I'm very unaware of, and I'm very curious to see how it goes. Ashley, are you nervous tonight? Well, yeah, it's the merged tribal council, so do you want to make a big move or not? The way things are looking, I think there will be a big move happening tonight. So Peter, with the news of a big move happening tonight, are you nervous because you could potentially go home? Absolutely, Jeff, but I'm nervous every time I come here, and just because there's a potential blindside happening tonight, I think I'd much rather go out blindsided than unanimously or knowing it's going to happen or even an idle play. Alright, with that it is time to vote. Damien, you'll start us off. Nick, this will possibly be the only time and first time I'll ever cast a personal vote. You came after me, you lied about me, I can't have you here anymore. Damien, I think you are the bigger threat over Nick, and you know, I just feel like if this doesn't go my way, I'm going home. I would like to take Abby and Ashley out, but tonight you're just gonna have to do. I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. No, once votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Ben. Second vote, Nick. It's 1 vote Ben, 1 vote Nick. Third vote, Damien. We are tied. 1 vote Ben, 1 vote Nick, 1 vote Damien. 8 votes left. Fourth vote, Damien. That's 2 votes Damien. Fifth vote, Nick. We are tied again. 2 votes Damien, 2 votes Nick, 1 vote Ben, 6 votes left. Sixth vote, Ben. That's 2 votes Ben. Seventh vote, Ben. That's 3 votes Ben, 2 votes Nick, 2 votes Damien, 4 votes left. The 8th vote, Ashley. That's 1 vote Ashley. 9th vote, Ashley. That's 2 votes Ashley. 3 votes Ben, 3 votes Nick, 3 votes Damien, 2 votes left. 10th vote, Ashley. We are tied. 3 votes Ben, 3 votes Ashley, 2 votes Nick, 2 votes Damien, 1 vote left. The 11th vote. And the 8th person voted out and the first member of the jury. Ashley. Ashley, that's 4, that's enough for tonight. I'll need you to bring me your torch. Ashley, The tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, one tribal down as a merged tribe, and judging by some of your expressions, it was not to be expected. Grab your torches about to camp. Good night. I'm very in shock, and I have no idea what happened there.
I mean, I was blindsided, that's really all I know. Who by? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I literally don't know what happened. I presume maybe the brain fought, but I'm really not so sure because, well, I have no evidence to convict him of that betrayal, you know?
It's extremely disappointing. Someone's obviously betrayed me. I obviously didn't see something come, and I'm just kind of lost for words.